Okay, so today we're going to learn how to do Stromboli. So we're going to start, by the way, got a little bit of a head start on you, but this is a piece of bread, and typically you can actually do a Stromboli with the entire thing. I don't, because it's actually kind of long and a little bit big for the oven, so I go ahead and cut these in half. And so I'll cut it like that. And what you've got, I'm just going to put that aside so that I can move along on the video. What I've done is I've done the exact same thing here. The only difference is now I've actually rolled these out. So use this, whatever this thing is called, a roller, I guess. And you just simply roll them out as so. There are different types of Stromboli that you can do. This particular one I'm going to do is a sharp provolone, which is called at Publix picante. And so you put the picante provolone on, just like that. And by the way, this is nothing but flour in the background. And so when you're rolling it against the flour. And you are going to roll out and put one full layer, you can actually overlap them somewhat, of the provolone on this as such. And you know, usually when I order ahead of time, I forgot to do it this time, I have them not wrapped in paper because it's just a pain in the neck, since we're going to get through all of this in just one sitting anyway. Kind of go like that. And then as far as, this is the hard salami. It's not the Genoa salami. The reason I don't use Genoa is just because it's a little bit too fatty for me. So this is the hard salami. Again, you can get this boar's head at Publix. And you just go as so here. And you're going to do a full layer of it. As such. Like that. And we're almost ready to roll this thing so you know what it looks like. All right, that's what you got. So now you just want to go like this and fold it over on the sides so it's not going to seep out the sides like this. And you're also going to do that on the edges too, like that, okay? And then you'll do very loosely, you then roll it over like that. And when I say very loosely, it doesn't have to be tightly packed, like that. And then I usually pull it a little bit like that, and if you notice what it does is it gives you lots of extra space that doesn't have any of this on it. And then what I'm gonna do is, this is nothing other than whatever that is, egg whites or something. And some little water. And I do this like this, right on the edges. I have no idea why I do that, but presumably I should, because it was in my mother's recipe. Okay, and then I do that. It actually does make it stick, and it allows me to fold it over like that, and it actually sticks, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that aside for just a second and show you. I now have one of these, and I have pan, just regular old original pan. Put that on. And I take this and I set it up like this. And as you can tell, there's going to be plenty of room because I'm going to do a total of, let's say, 3 cut in half is 6 times 3 is 18. So I'm going to end up doing 18 of these Stromboli by the time it's over for today. Okay? Last thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to cut this video and kind of do a bunch of these others here, is you're just going to put that just like that on the top. So when it cooks in the oven, it's going to be nice brown on the outside of this. Okay? Now I'm going to talk about cooking these things in the oven in a little bit. So in any event, here's what we've got now. So we have the 5 that I mentioned to you, okay? So we're going to be putting these in the oven momentarily, and the oven is set for 350 degrees, and you're going to cook it for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. See how it is, see how they are, and if they're relatively browned, okay? Now, one final comment on this, because I don't want to suggest that I'm in any way, I'm the amateur in comparison to my sister Joy. So I cut these in half, Joy does not, and she keeps them nice and fluffy, and she's absolutely, in terms of the authentic way that Mom did it, that was the way that it was done. So in any event, I just wanted to make sure you knew, and then when we do these, and I bring them out and I show you, I'm also going to show you two different variations besides just simply the provolone and the hard salami. Okay, so while those are in the oven cooking, I'm going to just give you actually two variations on the theme. This particular variation is going to be the same exact thing. It's the picante provolone, the sharp provolone, and the hard salami. Except in this particular case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on an ingredient that really gives it a nice taste when you reheat or heat this thing. And I'm going to show you that in 1 second. So what is it? Hold on. So what is it? So what you're looking at is, this just happens to be the particular brand that I usually use, but it's the roasted bell peppers. And so what I'll do is I'll take a few of these things, and not a lot, because it goes a long way when it's inside the stromboli, but I'm just going to spread it out inside the middle of the stromboli, like that, and like that. And that's all. Everything else is exactly the same. You're going to go like that on the sides, tuck it in so nothing's going to fall out of the sides. And you're going to bring that over the top. Fold them very loosely, like that. And if you remember, you stretch it out so that you now have this area here. Put this in here, and a little bit here so that it sticks. And then you roll it over, and it's all set to go. So I'm going to do one more variation on the theme for you, and then the rest of it is just going to be wrapping these things up as they come out of the oven. So I've given you sort of the classic stromboli. The classic stromboli is hard salami with the provolone, usually the sharp provolone. However, if you take a look at the different variations on that, I just showed you one, which was to put the peppers on them, which kind of makes them more moist. Another variation on the theme, which you can do, this is Swiss cheese, and different types of Swiss cheese. If you like baby, you can do baby Swiss, or if you like lace, you could do that. If you like the Switzerland Swiss cheese, which is the stronger Swiss cheese, you can actually do that. But the idea is that you can actually vary up what you want to put into the stromboli. So this one, which is also pretty popular, by the way, even though everybody loves the hard salami, this is extremely popular. It's a ham and Swiss. And so what we'll do is we'll put the Swiss cheese, as you can tell, and the one that, this is maple honey, and so maple honey ham. If you like Black Forest ham, or you just like the regular, just normal boiled ham, you can. You know, Forest, any one of the other ones that you like. I happen to like this, and also just based on feedback over the years, it does tend to be pretty popular. So this is one. You could also do, if you like turkey, for example, you could do the turkey and cheddar, or anything else too. But the bottom line is, as far as stromboli is concerned, there are any number of things that you can actually put in it. I mean, think about the fact that if you did pizza, like all of the ingredients for pizza, really a calzone is nothing more than a more complicated type of stromboli. So this just happens to be the Swiss cheese and the honey maple ham. And I'm going to be making about half dozen of these along with the hard salami. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.